Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hazel here. Today we're in the loop with celebrity fashion designer Jay-Tee. So Jay-Tee, I think this is the part where I ask you the hardest question. Tell us about yourself.
Hi viewers. My name is John Tendai Majinye. I am also known as Desiigner Jay-Tee. I'm a fashion designer, celebrity fashion designer. I started my career about 5 years ago. That's when I started designing, but I was still a sketch designer by that time. I didn't think I had it in me to actually produce something and get it done for somebody else to wear. I tried it on like 3 years ago. Then found out that I actually had it in me to make something out of a fabric. And I learned from the people that I used to give work to. Like, I didn't really go to school for that. I just saw what they were doing, asked a few questions, tried it by myself, and then kept on practicing. In about 6 months, when I was like fully focused on getting it right, designing stuff, tailoring stuff to make an end product, that's when I realized that I was actually good at so many things.
Interesting. Very inspiring to know that you learned everything by yourself. You didn't actually go to school for that. So tell us about this 3 years ago you're talking about, the point at which you realized that this is it for you. You actually had it in you. What had happened? What was going on at that time?
Okay, at that time I was working for a mobile manufacturing company. I was a retail sales assistant in that company. So when they retrenched people, that's when I just thought, because I had already started SOG clothing company, but giving other people to do the work whilst I'm at work. So that's when I just thought of just fully focusing on the fashion designing part of it. And when I started renting an office and bought a machine, that's when I decided to get someone to operate the machine, because the people that I was working with, they were external people with their own stuff. So I wanted an in-house tailor for my products. Then my clientele started to increase as well. So when I got more orders, the people that I was working with, they would sometimes delay, sometimes get the designs wrong. Sometimes they would actually say stuff like, you're not a tailor, you can tell us what to do, you don't know how to make these things, let us do our job and whatnot. When you are trying to tell someone that you didn't get it right, you're supposed to do ABC, and then they tell you don't know anything and whatnot. So that gave me the drive, the push to try and do it by myself, because I've always been a person that believes that if another person can do it, why can't I?
Quite the story. So what's inspired you? What motivated you to get to that point where you start your own company in a field that you don't have the know-how?
I started getting t-shirts printed, then clients started popping up asking for the same t-shirts with their names on them, hoodies, bucket hats and whatnot. So that's the time that I realized that, oh, people actually love what I'm doing. They are actually willing to pay for this. So why not expand this and move away from just doing final printed stuff and actually be creative and do something which is different from the ordinary stuff. That's when I started my African, at that time, that was back in 2017, African print was starting to pop. Then that's when I started my African print designs that I would wear for my TV interviews whilst doing music. So when I went on TV, putting on SOG, label, doing music, the fans would text, would call, asking for the same designs they saw me putting on TV. Then that's how the company started to grow.
All right, what are the biggest accomplishments you've had in your company thus far? We just introduced you as a celebrity fashion designer, so perhaps those who don't know you now want to know which celebrities have you worked with and all that.
Okay, I started the first person. I just want to clarify something before I answer your question.
Okay.
I've always been asked, do we have celebrities in Zimbabwe? I think that's a question. The answer is subject to who's being asked. I believe we do have celebrities in Zimbabwe. If someone out there doesn't believe that, then that's their business. Me, I believe we do have celebrities. And the first celebrity that I started to design for, before I even was known or whatsoever, the person who supported my stuff from the very start until now, and who actually helped to push, by his influence, he helped to push the brand to be known until now, as Stylz. Is the guy that I dressed from like 5 years back. He's the first person I started to dress 5 years back, when he went to perform on stages, to do music videos, interviews, and other stuff. He would wear my brand. He would wear SOG all the time, and people would ask, which brand is this? And he would tag me on Facebook posts, tag me, say, he would inform the people that I dressed them, and then they would come to me, say they want the same outfit, they want the same everything. On all his birthdays, he would come to me, I would design something. Like, from the grassroots, he's the one who started off with me, alongside Black Perl. Then other people started to follow through. I've designed for Zazalicious. I've designed for Enzo Ishall. I think I've recently, there's Enzo Ishall overall that he was putting on XQ billboard. I did that. I designed for Phantom. I designed for DJ Scar, DJ Fafi, DJ iRock, DJ Creams, Boss Spencer. I also went on to start designing for Lion, the late Scara the Drama. Then went on to do for Winky D himself. And as of now, I'm his personal designer for most of his outfits that he puts on. I do all that stuff. And I went on to do for Rockford Josphat's Roki and Pauline for their music video. Then also did for Roki and Koffi and the dancers and models that are on the video. I also, it's been repeated business with the Passion Java Records crew. So yeah, I also designed for Madam Boss recently in his XUR billboard, Yaya Good Vibes. I think the list is very long.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, what are the challenges that you faced as a Zimbabwean fashion designer?
If to you I am a fashion designer, then you should appreciate the work, the thinking that I do have to make something different, something unique, apart from the general stuff that you see out there. That's where the appreciation should come from. If you're coming to me, you should be able to pay more for what I'm supposed to produce for you, because I'll be getting out of the box, out of the normal suit box, out of the ordinary dress box, out of the ordinary costume box, to make something that is totally different, something that will blow people's minds. something that people say, wow, this is nice, something they've never seen before. That is what people will be paying for.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge that I've been facing when people come to me, text me, ask for prices, and then they are like, why is it expensive than the shop? It's supposed to be expensive than the shop because I'm going to look for the best fabric available, whether locally or outside the country, to make the product. I'm going to put my brains to get the product its unique look, and I'm going to make sure it suits your body, whether your body is this or that. I have to make sure that the product suits your body. No, it doesn't look baggy. It doesn't look like you asked it from your sister or your brother. It has to look perfect on you. That's my duty. That's my job. And it's something that when you put on, when you walk out there, people will not say, oh, that I've seen some guy putting the same suit. They'll say, wow, where did you get this? Because they've never seen it before. Yeah. So that's one of the challenges I've been facing. There's a difference between a tailor and a designer.
Oh, okay.
People still don't get that, but
perhaps you'd like to explain the difference, because
Yes.
I don't know it either.
Yes. A designer is someone who's creative, who can create something out of just a piece of fabric or a piece of an object, because it's not every clothing that we make that is made using fabric only. You can actually use a can of fizzy drink. You can use something else. You can use grass, wood, etc., etc. Depends with how creative you are as far as fashion is concerned. You don't just cut fabric, then put it together, and then it fits perfectly on a person and it looks exactly on the picture. No, you have to be creative and think how you should cut it so that it fits the person, also looking the same as the design, because mostly the person in the picture has a different body type than the person you want to dress. So now you have to scale the design to this person. And that's where the problem is. That's where the creativity is. So
wow, I can feel the passion as you speak. Right. So back to the challenges you talked about. How do you deal with those challenges? How have you managed to overcome them?
I wouldn't want people to come thinking less than what I think is my value for producing a certain item. I value my talent. You are talented in your own field. You can talk better than other people. You are not camera shy and whatnot. So you have to be compensated for what you can do. So if a person comes to me wanting my services or my products, they have to be willing to at least put the value on my product, because it's my talent. I can do this. The next person can't. So if a person appreciates that I can do it and they cannot, then I think we will have a very prosperous fashion industry in Zimbabwe. Because as far as I'm concerned, every fashion designer who can do something has to be appreciated as much as possible, because it's a very few people that can do what we do. Yeah. That's why other fashion designers all over the world are appreciated and are millionaires and billionaires as we speak. You see, the Zara boss, Ortega, is a billionaire, in the top 10 billionaires in the world, because he managed to design suits that people wear all over the world. So
yeah,
it's something that we also aspire to have that appreciation. Yeah, as much as possible. If Koffi Olomide could come to Zimbabwe and say, okay, let me wear this guy's designs, then people should appreciate that. Okay, so that guy, with the way he looks on all his videos, and the fashion designers he deals with, a well-renowned fashion designer, a well-known, a world-over popular designer, against me dressing the same person, that should actually be something people should be celebrating.
Yeah.
Because Koffi is a big brand, Moschino is a big brand, I am trying to be a big brand. So if I'm given the chance to showcase my products on Koffi Olomide's body, and then he likes them, and then they come out, that should be a big deal.
What's the smallest amount you've ever been offered by a client, or what's the most difficult client experience you've had?
It's funny that someone actually came to me looking for a suit for $20. And
A suit?
A complete suit, male complete suit for $20. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I had to be nice, but I felt offended.
Yeah, it's offensive.
Because, like I said before, people think the shop has to be more expensive than the designer. So they came to me thinking that I could make a suit for $20 when they had left an $80 suit in the shop that they couldn't afford. So they were like, my budget is $20, so let me go to this guy. He'll get me something.
Oh.
You see? And I've also had difficult clients who would tell you to do one thing right now. You would agree on fabric, everything whatsoever, and then when they come for the product, they will tell you that I thought you were going to use this fabric, I thought you were going to put this frill, I thought you were going to add some lace, but you would have agreed on the design. They come with the design. They tell you, I want this. And then you tell them the fabric used there is called so and so. Or even show them a sample of the fabric. Then they tell you, I want that on this color. And then you say, it's fine. Then when they come back now, and mostly, they pay less. They negotiate really downwards.
Yeah.
Then you just say it's fine. But when they come back, they'll tell you that you did what I didn't ask, what I didn't ask for, because you should have. I am supposed to think for them. Now, you should have added that instead of this. You should have done that instead of which it's not something we would have agreed on or spoke about. But there will be assumptions.
All right, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with us. So for those who are watching who want to work with you, where can they find you?
It was my pleasure to be chatting to you and to have this honor. Yeah. So for those who want to work with me or want my products, they can get in touch with me on social media. Instagram, it's at Desiigner Jay-Tee. That's DESIIGNER Jaytee. That's one word. You'll find me on Twitter with the same handle. Then on Facebook, you just search Desiigner Jay-Tee, DESIIGNER space JAY-TEE. You'll find my page. And then on Pinterest, it's Desiigner Jay-Tee, same spelling as the Facebook one, and also same handle as the Twitter and Instagram one. You can also send me a WhatsApp message on 0774 695 337. Hi guys, this is Desiigner Jay-Tee. Keep watching Creative Loop TV. Peace.